But and this is a poem by the great W.B. Yeats. William Butler Yeats. He's considered a classic poem, modern poet. And this is a poem called For Anne, Gregory. And it's a conversation between a woman and a man. So first the woman says, never shall a young man thrown into despair, despair means nothing, he has no hope, by those great honey colored ramparts at your ear, love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. By the way, this is the man speaking. A man is telling. Never shall a young man thrown into despair. He wants some girl and he's like, no hope. Thrown into despair by those great, thrown into despair by those great honey colored, which is yellow hair. He has seen the yellow hair in that girl now and he wants that girl. Okay. Honey colored ramparts means hair at your ear, love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. So he's simply saying he will not love you for yourself but for your yellow hair because they're so enticing. Never shall a young man thrown into despair by those great honey colored ramparts at your ear love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. Now the girl speaks, but I can get a hair dye and set such color there, brown or black or carrot, that young man in despair may love me for myself alone and not my yellow hair, she says. Then he says quietly, I heard an old religious man. I heard an old religious man, deep man. But yesterday declare that he had found a text. He had found a text to prove that only God, my dear, could love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. Beautiful. Very beautifully, indirectly, has said something very lovely. Do we love a person for himself as true love or for some attributes? Some yellow hair, or in India, fair and lovely. Dark and dusky is not allowed, right? Or some other thing, name or position or money. Why do you love a person? For that person, he's a real human being. You love every person, right? But it's a God, he says. God within us, maybe. Never shall a young man thrown into despair by those great honey-colored ramparts hair at your ear love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. But I can get a hair dye, the girl says, and set such color there, brown or black or carrot, that young men in despair may love me for myself alone and not my yellow hair. I heard an old religious man, but yesternight, declare that he had found a text to prove that only God, my dear, could love you for yourself alone and not your yellow hair. And I think that completes our wonderful series. I hope you enjoyed the series, all the wonderful poems. NCERT 10th class poems. If you hear these videos 2 or 3 times, go for the meanings and read it on your own also and do the past question papers perfectly, which you will be able to do because you understood the whole text. You will get full marks. Impossible not to get full marks. That's how simple it is. You must read every word so that you can enjoy that, the depth, and get full marks. And writing exam also gives you good satisfaction because it retains in your mind. Anyway, this is my small advice. Enjoy literature forever. Thank you.